Oklahoma Senator James Lankford. So good morning, Senator. I know you had some initial concerns about Tulsi, but you got there to a yes. She can only afford to lose 3 votes. I don't see 3 votes lining up as no yet.
She doesn't have 3 votes lining up against her, so I think she's going to pass overwhelmingly today on it when she comes to the floor. Obviously, it'll be a very partisan vote. It is funny to be the number of folks that caught me and said, hey, Republicans were slow to be able to come on board with Tulsi Gabbard. They had lots of questions, and I laugh, and I think this is a lifelong Democrat, and RFK Jr. is a lifelong Democrat with lots of areas that we've had disagreements, lots of statements they've made negative against President Trump in the past. Of course, we should have questions and to be able to talk about it and to be able to sit down, be able to make sure everything is on the right direction. We don't want anyone sidetracking the president's agenda, and to be able to say, where are we really headed on this? So we've gone through those questions, had lots of time to be able to visit and to be able to drill down on national security issues and such. And I think she's going to pass overwhelmingly today.
And we know that tomorrow the Judiciary Committee will decide if Kash Patel can move forward to the full chamber vote for FBI director. But he's now facing accusations from Senator Dick Durbin saying that he's been directing layoffs at the FBI without, of course, being confirmed yet. So Durbin cites highly credible information from multiple sources. That's what we know, and is demanding now that all of this get investigated. So what happens now with Kash Patel's confirmation?
Kash Patel's confirmation moves forward as it's scheduled to. This is a distraction in the process. I would tell you, I've talked to Kash. Kash is not directing the FBI at this point. There are interim folks that are there that are in the leadership on it, and Kash is separate from that. He has not been confirmed, and so he has no authority to be able to make changes there on it, but he will be confirmed. He's going to first get through committee, then he'll come to the floor probably next week and get confirmed. We need an FBI director in that seat, and I think he'll do a good job.
Yeah, Senator, I want to move now to DOGE. President Trump signing an executive order last night calling on heads of federal agencies to cooperate with DOGE to cut down spending. Of course, Elon Musk got to finally level with reporters in the Oval Office for the first time. Take a listen.
If money is spent badly, if your taxpayer dollars are not spent in a sensible and frugal manner, then that's not okay. Your tax dollars need to be spent wisely on things that matter to the people. I mean, these things, like, it's just common sense. It's not draconian or radical. I think it's really just saying, let's look at each of these expenditures and say, is this actually in the best interest of the people? And if it is, it's approved. If it's not, we should think about it.
I mean, I'm not sure how anyone in the legacy media or Democrats can call this a constitutional crisis. The very first sentence of Article 2 of the Constitution says the executive power of the United States rests with the president.
Right. And what's throwing them off is Elon Musk is an employee of the president at this point. He is an extension of the White House. They're used to seeing him leading SpaceX and X and all these different things that he has done in innovations. He's given 18 months to the American people saying, I'm willing to be a government employee here for the next 18 months. And so he is then engaging, trying to be able to find areas of waste. What's interesting, even in the White House, and as you know, I put out a federal fumble book every year. It's actually coming out again today on it. This book, actually, we identify areas of waste on it. One of the areas that Elon Musk mentioned yesterday was about the federal retirement system. That's something we actually outlined 5 years ago in our federal fumble book, saying this is an area that's serious. We've got to be able to take a look at. We've had a hard time getting anyone's attention on that. Elon Musk stands up in the White House in the Oval Office and makes the same statement, and suddenly everyone turns out and says, let's take a look at this. We're like, great. These are problems that are known, that are out there. We know that 17 of our agencies have less than 25% of people at their office on it. Tons of empty office space. We know there was $2 billion that went to the Taliban after our withdrawal. We know that there's $1 billion in subsidies of American tax dollars that went to a Chinese solar company. These are all areas that Americans would say, why did that happen? Make it stop. It's a reasonable conversation to say, let's make it stop.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.